Hey, it's your friend Steve. Just a quick video. Maybe not, depending on how long ago. Oh, my face is all like burnt. Um, Drunkcast 2.0. All right, I'm a little drunk. Or maybe something else. So I was at this bar tonight, right? It was a weird situation. So a friend of mine asked me to walk her friend to the car, which I'm like, yeah, I'm a single male, not male, but like in my family, most of my cousins are female. So like I grew up with like mostly female cousins. So I was very protective of women. So I was like, yeah, that's fine. I could do that. And so I walked them there and no, I walk her friend there. Yeah, so I walk her friend there. I would have done that anyway. But then, like, this weird dude is, like, talking to these women. I'm like, okay, well, I don't get, like, this vibe. So I walk over, and I start talking to, like, one of the women. Like, oh, hey, I remember you. Like, you're friends with blah, blah, blah. Pretend like I know them. I'm like, are you all right? Like, this guy's really weird. And they're like, oh, yeah, we're just going to give him a ride home, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, dude, I've seen a lot of true crime. Like, I listen to, like, a lot of true crime. And yeah, that's usually like how murder starts. Oh, three nice, beautiful women give a man a ride, and he murders them. I hope that didn't happen for real. Like, really, I hope they're alive and well. But like for real, they're like walking into a stereotype. Like, I'm not a woman, but I watched a lot of SVU and all that. And I know, like, straight up, like, how not to get raped. Like, if I was born a woman, I would never be raped. I would be flawless because I never trust men. I don't trust anybody. And as a woman, you can't trust anybody. Like, either men are out to, like, hurt you and rape you, or, like, women, your fellow women are, like, down to, like, destroy you and break you because you guys are very weird creatures who don't support each other. Like, even men, like, deep down, like, men are like, bro, bro, bro. Like, we're very protective of men. Like, we fight and argue, but, like, it's a brotherhood. Like, unfortunately, like, we always believe the men in every story who are like, oh, yeah, the woman's crazy. She's a crazy hoe, like, blah, blah, blah. So, like, women just don't have that sisterhood. It's, like, never the sisterhood of the traveling pants. It's always just, like, oh, like, this, they're very catty, which is, like, a word I never thought I'd use, because it doesn't involve cats. It's a weird, like, you think it's gonna be, like, a cat thing, but it's not. Then, you guys are just very mean to each other. I don't understand why you're mean to each other. Sorry, changing arms. It's hard to hold. Oh, I do have a camera thing. Oh, well, I don't think I'll be this long. That's what she said. Oh, wait a minute, that's a bad thing. Anyway, but so I walk. I'm just like, what are you guys doing? Like, you can't be giving this guy a ride home. They're like, oh, I was like, I'll call him an Uber. Like, we'll get him home another way. They're like, oh, no, we're fine. And so I was like, oh, well, okay. And I'm like talking to him, like, well, have him sit in the front seat because they're like, why would you make him sit in the front seat? I was like, because don't let him sit behind you because a vantage point of like, it's like basically teaching like three women how not to get raped and murdered by a strange man, like on the fly course, like 101, trying to get these kids to learn this goddamn curriculum that I'm giving them. Oh, damn, it was almost a perfect joke. Curriculum. Anyway, that was gross. I felt like a frog. There's the dryness in my mouth, and it's like it was very frog like. It'd be terrible to be a frog boy. Frog boy. Frog boy never got laid, right? Like no like Tinder profile or game you could have is like makes up for your fact that you're a frog. Sorry, There's something funny that happened today too. But anyway, so I'm just like making sure these people are good, and so they're like, don't sit in the front, sit in the front, don't sit in the back, blah blah blah. A vantage point. So finally, I was just like, give me your number, like, so I could call you and make sure that you're like, okay. And then she was like, okay, blah, blah, blah. And I texted them, and then I was like, oh shit. Like, I texted them, like a joke. I was just like, hope you didn't get murdered. But then, like, the anxiety in me, it's like, oh God, what if they get murdered? And then the last message she got sent was like, oh, hey, hope you don't get murdered. And it's from me. That's connection, dude. So then I was like, go through my head. I was like, oh, fuck, I'm fucked. I'm fucked. I'm fucked. Like, these people are going to go missing. And then, like, this joke text that, like, being a good person, like, fucked me in the end. That's gross. Sorry. Allergies or something. But, yeah. It's just, like, the being nice was, like, my downfall. Yeah. So, anyway, so my friend's giving me a ride home. Beautiful soul. And, she stops up for gas, and she's like, okay, like, I was like sitting in the front seat. I was like, oh no, this is like driving Miss Daisy stuff. And like, what if a person comes by and I'm like sitting in the front seat, and like they assume my girlfriend, even though she's way too hot for me. Like, then they're like, oh well, maybe he's like has a good personality, or maybe he's like rich. It's always he's rich first. Like, if like you see a hot woman with like a guy that looks like me, it's like, oh, he must be rich. That's like, oh yeah, like big dick or something. And then it's like, oh, he must be like a nice person. Being a nice person's always third. It's also like they always are like, oh, she has daddy issues or something weird like that. It's never like a person can love someone for like what's inside instead of in the outside. It's always like worst case scenario. Anyway, so I'm like fucked up, and she goes, it was me and this other kid, and he gets out and he's like walking away, and she's like, oh, you guys look like a bunch of hobos. And I thought she said, you guys look like a bunch of homos. And like said it loudly. Like, she was like, oh, you guys look like a bunch of hobos. I was like, what? I was like, it is Pride Month. Like, do not be calling us out. Even if we were gay, like, to be calling us homos in a public place, like a fine establishment as Wawa. Wawa, sponsor me. I've defended your honor. Man, it's really stuffy. I feel like I'm really sounding like a Woody Allen at the moment. I feel like very stuffed up. But to each their own. What did I say? Oh, edit 1, 2, 3. No one edits. So anyway, but it's just a weird call, like to. Ooh, really thought I had it at the moment. What was I saying about? I know, I have no idea. Something about Asians in China. I don't know. I don't know about it. Anyway, but oh my god. Oh, so I thought she would set a slur. It's already Pride Month. It's Pride Month. I really do love the fact that like part of me hates like, National, like, Swiss cheese day, or like National, like, cupcake and a half day, or whatever. Well, cupcake and a half day would be a very beautiful day. Like, just randomly the government just buys everyone a cupcake one day. Like, I mean, just our money, just like buy us a cupcake just one day. And we all go outside and like sit in a circle and eat a cupcake together. Though that also would lead to like weird rape things, because like a woman eats like a cupcake, because there's only one way to eat a cupcake, and it's a very sexual way. I lick the frosting and then I eat the cupcake. Maybe it's weird. Am I the only one who does that? If I'm the only one who does that, then the rape things are off the table, because I mean, just eating a cupcake is not a sexual thing. It's the licking of the frosting. It's the like crazy amounts of detail that it takes to just be like, oh, that's weird, don't do that. That's how you lose views. But just eating, like eating icing is just a sexual act. Because of the cream. I think it's the cream that does it for me. Maybe I'm just crazy. I'm a little drunk. A little Willie Nelson. A little Willie Nelson. Would it be a great thing? Would just be like, everybody, we cloned Willie Nelson, but he's not as, he's like Mini Me from Austin Powers, but it's Willie Nelson. He gets a little blunt. He just gets a little, it's like little. I just lost 1,000 viewers. I got 1,000 viewers. That'd be hilarious if one of my videos got 1,000 views or 1,000 viewer. Well, yeah. Anyway, a video like this. The other videos I do are right. Anyway. Man, the sinuses. These sinuses are killing me. Yeah. Anyway, we'll call this a day. I don't know. Maybe this is like Drunk Boy Chronicles. I'll do a longer podcast later on when I'm not so stuffed up, hopefully. Also, oh man, so much to talk about. Like, I want to like tell more because this. Okay, if you're a hot woman, attention, all hot women. If you're a hot woman, you are not allowed to give advice to single men because if a woman, like a really hot chick, walked up to me, like beautiful, nice big titties, beautiful face, walked up to me and was like, "Oh, you know how you get laid? Like a friggin' mohawk and a Hitler mustache." And I would go get a fucking mohawk and a Hitler mustache because if one hot chick would like that, there has to, by law of physics and mathematics and all that's holy, has to be another hot girl that would like that. So you have a lot of responsibility as a hot girl because you have like, you're nice to people, you're a nice person. So you talk to people that look like me, begrudgingly, like it's your like make a wish for the year. You have the responsibility to make sure we don't look silly. It's like, or don't say anything at all. Like let's all break down. Wouldn't it be easier if every hot person just dated every hot person, and then like middle person, like them, it would just like, oh, we're not allowed to like date above our grade, because it's heartbreaking being a 2 after 10s. It's heartbreaking, just emotionally. I guess like would it be physical? Anyway, I love you guys. I got choked up. What a perfect timing. I wasn't meant to get choked up, but I got choked up. Love you guys. You guys are the best. Like, subscribe, maybe tell like 10,000 of your friends, or like 30,000, or like, 7. Weird drop. But anyway, love you guys. You guys are the best. I don't know. That's all I had. Oh, let's drink a beer to God, who left his sweet, sweet cannabis on the earth so we may enjoy. He's probably in heaven like, where did I put that weed? And then it's all gone. Then he shows back up and it's like all gone. We're like, oh, what? You left your weed here? Oh, that's crazy, dude. Did you? Oh, man. Did you see his weed? Oh, I didn't see his weed. No, I didn't see his weed either. It's weird. Sorry, God. It's weird you left something and just it wasn't back here when you got back. Anyway, see you later. And that's like, let's fucking spark up again. Hell yeah. Anyway. I'm early bit Charlie. Any early bits like I feel panicked about, I just end it. That's a weird thing to do. Anyway, my face is all red, dude. Anyway Joe. That's what they call me. Anyway Joe. Yeah. Love you guys. let's drink to that. And as always, anyway, as always, fuck Hitler.